Hi everyone, I have 259-day-old bean here, and I think I fed it 6 days ago. I a little bit overfed it because my freezer stopped working, but it looks like they went through most of the food. There are a few food scraps that it's going to take a little bit longer. I think this is the remaining of the apple. There's avocado pit, so this is slow food. There's the whole carrot that it's going to take them a while, but they are getting into it. And we can see a little bit of the pumpkin peel. Another peel, I think it's avocado pit, a bit of the orange peel, but not too big. Another piece of avocado, but there's not a lot of food left. But this thing is a little bit too wet for my liking. So what I'm going to give them today is a bit of the more dry food. So I have some dry bed and tea bags that I cut into pieces so it's easier for worms to get into it. Like a couple of pieces of something, like probably a tomato stem, I don't know. Yeah, so this is mostly dry. Some of the tea bags were slightly damp, not too wet, so I think if I add a little bit all throughout, it should absorb excess of the moisture. So we see worms all over here, and that white stuff is grit, so crushed eggshells here. Okay, let's go to the other side. Tons of worms, they're going through the stuff. Another bit of avocado? Yeah, avocado. So tons and tons of worms. So on the beginning of this bean, I think when it was 2 weeks old, I started to pull out cocoons for my cocoon nursery beans, and I did it for a few months. So I added 400 cocoons to the first bean and then 400 cocoons to the other bean. So this bean didn't have many cocoons to hatch. Of course I missed some, but it wasn't many. So I didn't see many babies here for a while, but sometime in January this year I stopped taking out cocoons and I left them alone to hatch. Okay, so we see nice and big cocoon that is slightly more orange, so it came from the big worm. So yes, now when I look through this, I see babies everywhere. I also see some big worms. This is not the biggest one. And I took, to this day, I took 275 big worms and moved it to the other bin, like this one. So there is slightly less, like fewer big worms in this bin. But I think it's still enough. And the babies are taking over and they are eating and growing. So this is one of the bigger ones. So they are definitely still here. Just not as many big guys. And I'm just thinking slowly, should I take out some more to let the babies grow here, and the smaller ones like this one to be able to grow bigger. I don't know. I may take another 25 big guys to move the other big bin, just to make the number round, so it would be 300. But I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I don't have much space here for more bins. I may try to find a solution, but we'll see. So this part of the bin is what was here before. I moved everything to this side. So this stuff is fairly new. New bedding, new food. So this will take a while for them to process. This part of the bin I want to harvest soon, but there's still plenty of cocoons, so I'm waiting for some of them to hatch. There are worms inside. If you look through, you can see plenty of worms in this side of the bin as well. Not everything is fully processed. You can see more like brownie cocoon. I'm not sure if it's hatched already or not, but I can see more of them here. So yeah, this part of the bin is waiting to be harvested. It may take a while, but in the meantime I think I will add a little bit more bedding to this part, just to give them a little bit more space. So I have my prepared bedding here. This is slightly moist, mixed with grit and coffee, so they should be able to enjoy it straight away. the level of moisture in this one is just right, not too dry, not too wet. I wouldn't be able to squeeze out any water of this, but it feels moist, so it should be fine. They should be able to go through it quickly. Okay, so I still have a bit left. I may add it to the other big bin with the big guys quite soon, so they may have a little bit more space too, and they will grow even bigger, which is my goal for that bin. Okay, this is a paper bag handle. Because it was wet for a few days, it's easy to pull apart, tear it to the smaller pieces. This bit will go here as well. When I move this stuff around, I move some of the fresh bedding over here, but it's not a big problem. I will sift it all, and everything that is too big, that's bigger than castings, will go back here. But I'm hoping some of the cocoons will hatch, so the babies will go a little bit deeper maybe, so I can harvest a bit from the top, move it a little bit, and we'll see. I still have the last batch of castings from this bin. I'm using it a little bit for the garden, but not too much. I still have another bin like this, but it's not finished yet, so I'm using up the older one first, but this is going next, so hopefully this week I will use it up for my garden. And yeah, and other bins are producing some more castings, so it should be ready soon, and we'll see how my plants will grow. So there's the one that I'm growing with a bit of castings added, so it's nice, strong and healthy. So yeah, I can definitely see that my worms are doing a good job. My main goal for them is to just eat all my kitchen scraps, but you know, the side effect is a nice castings, and why not to use it? So okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.